Night story. Many years ago in a small town in Antioquia, my mom and I lived alone, just the two of us, in a neighborhood on the outskirts of town. Next to our house, there was another one, which, according to one of the few neighbors, had been abandoned for a long time. From our backyard we could see into the neighbor's yard, and there stood a huge mango tree. It was beautiful. It grew these perfect mangoes that made you want to climb the tree just to pick them and enjoy a sweet bite. It was Christmas time. I remember that morning, after breakfast, my mom said, "Son, go see if there are any mangoes in that yard. Maybe we can make juice for tomorrow's breakfast." It was December 24th. My mom worked nearly all day. In the afternoon, she came home just to change clothes and then left again to work at a store for the holiday season. I completely forgot about the mangoes. And it wasn't until around 6 p.m., just as she was about to return, that I remembered. It was already getting dark, and those backyards had no lights at all. I felt bad. My mom worked so hard and I couldn't even bring her some mangoes. So I grabbed a little flashlight, climbed over the fence, and started picking up whatever mangoes I could find on the ground that were still firm. The tree's trunk, no lie, was about 5 meters wide. It was clearly old, it had holes, and its bark was peeling off in chunks. I was circling the tree because the nicest mangoes were stuck between the roots that jutted out. Just as I reached a corner of the fence where the tree seemed to lean, I lit it up and spotted a massive, perfect mango. "Jackpot," I said. "With this one we'll have juice for 5 days." I bent down to pick it up and suddenly felt a strange chill run from my fingertips up to my forearm. Man, I got so spooked even my armpit hair stood on end. I froze, looking around to see if it had been some animal. Sometimes frogs give off that cold, weird feeling. But I didn't see anything. I grabbed the giant mango, put it in the bag, and ran straight back to my yard. Once there, I turned around to look. And I saw the piles of dry leaves around the tree's roots moving, as if something was crawling underneath them. Must have been whatever touched my hand, I thought. I pointed my flashlight to see what it was, but all I saw were the leaves shifting and trembling, until suddenly I caught a glimpse of something curling up right in the corner where the huge mango had been. I don't know if it was my imagination, but I saw a pair of tiny hands like a baby's, coming out from under the leaves. I figured my mind was playing tricks on me. So I took a deep breath, squeezed my eyes shut, gripped the flashlight tight, and stared straight ahead, trying to convince myself there was nothing there. And just then a soft breeze blew under the tree, and I saw a pair of small glowing eyes in the darkness. I dropped the mango bag, dropped the flashlight, and bolted out of there screaming and crying. I ran straight into the house across the street, where the neighbor had no idea what was going on. When I finally calmed down enough to tell them what happened, the woman's husband let out a slow chuckle and said, "Told you, they were taking their time." "Don't worry," the neighbor said. "Let's wait for your mom. But so you're not scared, I'll explain what's going on. A man used to live in that house. He had a small farm nearby. Many years ago he left and no one ever knew where he went. His wife got pregnant 3 times, and all 3 times right in the 6th month she lost the babies. The 3rd time she died too. The old man couldn't handle the grief and just left. People say the little bodies of the babies are buried in the backyard, along with the toys he always bought for them. You're not the first one to see things in that house. But don't worry, those are the kinds of spirits that don't do anything. Don't worry?" I didn't sleep at all that night thinking about the story. The next day when my mom got home and didn't find me there, she got so scared she ran out like a madwoman asking for me. The neighbor explained what had happened. My mom, who doesn't believe in any of that, grabbed me by the arm and muttered through clenched teeth, "You're such an idiot. If you didn't want mangoes you should have just said so. Stop letting yourself get scared by stupid stories. Those things don't exist. What you should be afraid of are the living, not the dead." And between scolding and more scolding she asked, "Did you at least get any mangoes?" I told her I had dropped the bag in the hallway near the backyard, that I was about to go get it. "Bet they're all rotten by now," she said. The woman went to get the bag, and screamed. And I screamed right after her. The bag where the mangoes were supposed to be, was full of plastic doll heads. Those old ones with glassy eyes that look like they follow you. My mom says she doesn't believe in that stuff. But that same day we moved out of that house.